Also, we grew up reading like Harry Potter books and shit. There was all types of
Or
horrible
Huckleberry
stuff in those
Finn.
fucking books.
Do you remember what they called Jim?
I've thus forgot what they called Jim.
Maul?
Nah, I didn't read that shit.
Oh, okay. Huckleberry called him N-word Jim.
Nigga Jim?
Yeah.
Rory saw that word and was like, I will not read this.
Rory put it down, chapter 1.
I don't think.
It's like a Mad Lib. You get to fill in the blanks. It's like blank Jim. Rory's like, nope, not me. My good old pal Jim.
Reading this book.
My good old pal Jim.
NewRoryNMal.
I've become so numb.
I can feel. Oh, sorry.
Welcome to a new
a
episode
classic song.
of New Rory and Mal. I am Mal.
I'm Rory.
I'm sorry about yelling in your ear, people. That was just my way of getting the roid rage out.
Where does that rank on rock songs that black people like?
Oh, that's top.
That's
top.
That's
five.
top 10.
That's top
Probably
5.
top 10.
Does Jay-Z doing the collab have a lot of weight in that, or is that just purely that record? No J stamp.
I think it does.
I think the J stamp helped,
Yeah.
but I think that was crossing over regardless.
It's a great record.
Jay only did it because he liked that record.
Yeah.
Can we
He liked that record. That was
let's put a Patreon topic to go to top 10 rock records that black people like. That could be a Patreon conversation.
I like that.
Anyways, let's start the episode.
Oh.
all. How you feeling, man?
I'm cool.
You look good.
You think so?
Got some sleep?
I did actually get a little bit of sleep. I got a haircut too.
Oh, that's what. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't notice. Do guys get offended when like your friends don't notice that you got a haircut?
No, my hair was longer than it had ever been in quite some time. So I'm a little offended you didn't notice that.
I'm sorry about that.
But a regular haircut, I wouldn't expect you.
Okay.
The grays were popping out the side like you would not fucking.
Really? They're coming in?
Oh, coming in. No, they're here.
Are you embracing it though? I feel
Yeah.
like
no,
as men we don't embrace our gray.
I don't mind the grays in the beard. They're sprinkled in there a little bit.
Sprinkled.
When the sides were like that, oh yeah,
You
no,
wasn't feeling that.
it's time to get the fade back. Got to taper the
I
sides.
don't know, man. I think the gray is kind of like it's like a stamp. It's like to let people know. Listen, I'm seasoned. I've been here for a
A
while.
little salt and ginger.
Yeah, I've been here for a while.
Well, let's make it a race thing.
Love it.
White people don't do well with kind of gray. We either have to go full silver fox mode
Ew.
or not have grays at all. Like that in between gray area just looks like you're going through some things.
Yeah, it looks like you stressed out.
Now, I feel like black people, when they get just a little, salt and pepper in the beard, it looks great. They can transition well with that.
I got a few grays in the beard and in the hair. I'm not mad at it though. I embrace it.
I can't believe I grayed before Maul.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mal, you have no,
No, I had a few.
not noticeable.
got a
Yeah,
few
I can see
grays.
some back here.
Yeah, I got. Well, that's
Damn. Wow.
That's-
Wow.
That's like my birthmark. It's actually
No, I'm
a
not talking about
birthmark.
the. I'm all right.
Oh,
well,
really? Is some back there?
there's a whole patch.
No, that's from my vitiligo.
No, but above the
Yeah,
vid.
that's
Yeah, but that's
The
like
vid.
residual,
The vid.
the vid.
Yeah,
That was the original vid.
yeah. That was the original vid. I feel like we only.
Vitiligo 19.
It's not weird to y'all that COVID only existed after we got rid of the payphones in New York City. Like when we had payphones, there was no COVID.
What's the
And those-
correlation?
Yeah, what's the
I'm trying to see the
correlation?
connection.
Payphones are the nastiest things ever. Like random people just using the same phone.
Yeah.
Putting it on their face.
We all use the same toilet.
Who uses the same toilet?
You
You,
probably rode
Public
on the toilet.
restrooms.
sit down.
You
on the,
sit-
you
No,
sit in
what the
public
fuck? We
restrooms?
still use it.
A urinal?
Yeah.
And you shit on
That's
flights?
not the same as put.
I definitely shit on flights. Shitting on flights is wild.
Yes. How many times you want me to answer?
They're like, we're boarding now. And it's like, I'll hold it.
Yeah.
You know why? Because Eddin is the guy that if he has like an 8 a.m. flight, he goes to Shake Shack
Yeah,
before his
for
flight takes
Oh,
off.
hell no.
Get a
Ugh.
burger.
What is with
Chili?
that? And that's a specific to JFK thing for our international listeners. They have Shake Shack at JFK at 6 a.m. The line is around the corner.
I don't understand
saw
that.
And it's
that.
like they're not getting like a breakfast sandwich.
That
They're
and
getting
Buffalo
a
Wild
double
Wings.
burger with shake sauce and a milkshake.
That's why America's obese.
Yeah.
Drop a
That's exactly
heater on the
why.
way to Miami.
Yuck.
The nastiest thing I ever saw was I'd got off a flight at JFK and the person in front of me, you know how like sometimes you just end up following people that get off your flight because you're going to the same place, veered off and went in the Shake Shack line to the airport he landed at.
That's so weird.
That's
like,
gross.
come on, man.
Like, bro, you're.
And we were coming from like Atlanta. It's
not
not
a
like
long
he was on a
flight.
12-hour flight.
It's not a
and
long flight. I never understood how people like the first thing they do when they're taking a flight in the morning is get a burger.
That's weird.
Like a burger? Why not just some fruit, like juice, a smoothie, something like a burger? It is what it is. That's why we all have heart disease and clogged arteries and shit like that.
All
well,
right.
and I think once or twice in my life, I probably had to do it.
What?
on the plane?
Taking shit on a plane?
on an LA flight, probably.
Come on, y'all.
I've definitely taken a
6
shit on an LA
hours?
flight. Yeah.
You're not taking a shit?
I took a shit one time on the plane because my stomach was fucked
Well, you
up.
don't eat.
It be like
You're-
that.
You juice.
No, I do eat, but I'm just saying, like, I
do
take a shit before I get to the airport in the morning, like, and that's it. Like I don't need to shit once I'm on the flight too. Like
No, I mean it's not like I don't take my routine shit on a plane.
And
I was just like, okay, I got to shit.
Brings a
and
newspaper.
then chug some laxatives before he gets on the flight.
I just don't understand that. Like if before you leave your house in the morning to go to the airport, you
Yeah.
don't take a shit.
Yeah, but
Well, you
sometimes I
might-
have breakfast and shit. and
Sometimes
then-
I'm always running late. So I'm always running late, packing late. So I don't get the chance. Sometimes I forget to pee before
So
I
you
go
forget
to
to
the airport.
shit.
If
I feel
I'm
like,
running
no,
late,
like
maybe you don't
shitting
feel
is
like
like
shitting at
forgetting
that
your
moment.
kid at the house. Like when you're leaving, like
I don't.
you can't forget the shit.
So the Home Alone parents, just all they need to do is
all
shit.
they had to do was take a shit. They were like, "Oh,
Where's Kevin?
Kevin's upstairs." See?
Meanwhile, they shit on the flight like,
yeah.
damn, forgot a kid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody took a shit that morning. That was the problem.
Well,
All right. Well, we officially know that it's getting warm in New York City because our groundhog, which is the Summer Jam lineup, has been announced.
no, I thought it was stop and frisk.
No.
Wow.
No, Summer Jam lineup has been announced.
Mhm.
I don't know how I feel about this one, but I'm enjoying the announcement only because we do know it's officially summer's on the way.
Okay.
Mhm.
And it is celebrating 50 years of hip hop, which is a great thing and an amazing thing in itself. So
Yes, sir.
I was excited about that. The lineup, though,
Well,
let's talk about it.
let's start with some love. Hot 97 gets a lot of shit for not supporting New York artists
They do.
outside of one Glorilla. That's it, right? Everyone else is a New York artist. Coil
Yeah.
Ray's from Jersey.
Yeah.
So it's an all New York City lineup
Mhm.
Cool.
celebrating 50 years of hip hop. I'm sure the Locks are going to bring out a bunch of New York City legends.
I hope
So Hot 97 needs to tell the rest of y'all to shut the fuck up. Do they not support New York artists?
This is definitely a New York heavy lineup. New York is represented very well with this lineup, that is for sure. But there are some other things to talk about. The main thing that stuck out is the fact that it is now moving from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, which was a capacity of 82,000 people, to the UBS Arena in Long Island, which is 19,000 people.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So what does that say about the Summer Jam event?
60,000 less seats.
The lineup, the drawing power, maybe.
I think it just speaks to whatever the budget that Emmis probably gave them.
Yeah.
Which I know for a long time, Summer Jam was a big moneymaker for them, and they would put the bread up and get it back. But yeah, I think it's just they didn't get the budget they deserved for Summer Jam. It's just not what it was
But
at
why?
one time. Probably because their income in general, like when they go to accounting meetings, that they just don't have the money to put up to do, say, a MetLife. Because if you go over 1 minute in MetLife, it's fucking $250,000.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
So it's probably just a nightmare, even though festivals are getting bigger and performances are becoming more important for artists. I just don't think Hot 97 they're not on iHeart, where iHeart can take a budget from another thing and just give it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Emmis still owns them. You let me know.
They do.
Flex with the checks that he gives you, are they from Mr. Flex or are they from Emmis?
They're from Mr. Flex, but yes, I'm sure MS owns them still. Thank you.
F Flex
Yeah.
on your W9.
F Flex.
F Flex is nasty.
F-Flex LLC.
Yeah, I just don't think they have the capital to be able to put together a MetLife show. And the money that artists are getting from festivals right now, they're getting
Yeah.
way over what they typically do when Verizon is hosting a certain festival. Hot 97 probably just doesn't have the money to, one, fund MetLife, two, be able to afford the artists that they want.
I think I'm leaning more towards that. I think the fact that the Summer Jam Festival over the years has not been able to either book the bigger acts.
Mm.
And I think it speaks a lot. I think it speaks to the fact that just hip hop in general is now, the artists that are, I guess click-worthy names, they're just not stadium draws.
Yeah.
They don't draw 80,000 people. It's like the festival stage. This is now like quote unquote festival stage now. This went from a stadium stage to the festival stage that used to be outside of the stadium at MetLife. This is what this feels like now. It's like, okay, we have to condense this. We have to downsize this a little bit, only because, again, a lot of these artists, while they do have records that are, trending on social media and TikTok and things like that, it's not going to draw a stadium-sized crowd to come out paid to see these artists only perform one or two records they have.
Right.
And it just kind of sucks because, Summer Jam is such a staple to us that this has turned into like, one of those nights at the Barclays when they'll put together like a quick lineup, promote it 2 weeks before, sell 20,000 tickets, and
Okay,
it's not, you don't stop what you're doing that year
Right.
the way you may have for Summer Jam before.
let's talk about what the lineup actually is and tell the listeners who's headlining and who's
All right,
coming.
well, the lineup, Cardi B is headlining. Shout out to Cardi. Ice Spice, Coil Ray, Glorilla, Lola Brooke, French Montana, Fabio, Little TJ and the celebration of 50 years of hip hop with the Locks, and we do assume that the Locks will bring out other acts to join them on stage. So the lineup it's a New York lineup, New York heavy, even though obviously Coi Leray isn't from New York. It's Jersey, same thing. It's our cousin. But so Hot 97 did the right thing in representing New York. The New York artists, supporting New York artists, giving them a stage, giving them the festival. But again, a lot of these artists, to put them in front of 82,000 people and expect them to sell that out, I don't think that it makes sense financially.
So now saying that, right? Seeing how you guys aren't as excited about the lineup, does that say a lot about Hot 97 or how the music world is in New York right now?
That says a lot about the state of music, the state of hip hop.
No, I actually think the opposite. I think this speaks how great New York is really doing. Because a few years ago, you couldn't do 7 acts that are from New York and that are relevant, especially to the masses from a radio standpoint. You could do it maybe from an underground standpoint.
No, you could have did 7 artists from New York, but they would have been on the festival stage.
Fair. But I'm saying like relevant to the kids, not just the legacy acts. Like I loved when Summer Jam would just throw Wu-Tang randomly on the lineup. It's great, but that would be the representation for New York that year. Yeah. Because everything was in the South or somewhere else. But I think this speaks great to New York City.
Yeah, but I don't mind Hot 97 Summer Jam not being a New York. I mean, obviously support New York acts if they deserve. Like Cardi's from New York. French is from New York. Fabio, Lil TJ, they're New York. The Locks is from New York. So it's like New York is supported, but I just think that Summer Jam, for whatever reason, a lot of the big artists have their own festivals now. So maybe it's like they don't want to do a Summer Jam anymore because they have their festival this summer. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it's other festivals. I might be booked for a festival on the West Coast. I might be booked for a festival. I just saw an amazing lineup for Napa.
Blue Note.
Yeah.
I was like,
Blue Note, this is the third year or second year that they have had probably the best.
You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of festivals are popping up where artists are already booked and artists are performing. They'd rather touch that stage than
radius clauses too.
Yeah. So it's just, it's a lot of variables involved here. But the downsides to me of the venue is the biggest part. And let's just keep it real. The location is a little.
That's what I wanted to get to after we discussed the lineup. The first thing I saw when it moved to UBS Arena, which is at Belmont, was not, oh shit, they downsized. It was, why did they pick this fucking arena? Do that shit at Barclays, which is used to having acts like that go to that arena.
Yeah.
Let's not get it twisted. This is in Long Island, but not really in Long Island. This is 1 block away from Queens Village.
Yeah.
This is 10 minutes away from East New York. I don't know if the Elmont PD is ready for what's about to happen with this being all New York City artists.
Right.
It's not like it's a bunch of Southern artists that were just doing it in New York. Everyone here has a crew. And that crew has a crew who has a crew. And it's also inside. And it's more difficult to get into an indoor arena than it is to get the outside shit. Let's just be honest. Easier to sneak into shit. That parking lot is going to be the most dangerous place on earth.
Yikes.
Rico Jam.
This shit is going to be terrifying. I'm sure they're going to have state troopers, but Elmont PD would probably have to take the bulk of a lot of this shit.
So Rory, explain.
This is walking distance from Queens Village.
Explain what Queens Village is to our non-New York listeners.
Queens Village has some areas that can get a little dicey.
Dicey.
That's it? Just dicey?
2 weeks ago,
you can get diced.
2 weeks ago, one of the biggest gang raids in New York City history happened 5 minutes away from where UBS Arena is.
That's the rollout.
Paisley Projects is, you could get there in 15 minutes, maybe less.
Yeah.
This is the area where the biggest gang raid ever just happened. And they're going to put a full New York City lineup, which we've seen the music videos. I know it's all prop guns. Yeah. It's all for show.
Yeah.
I understand that. But let's just say maybe in a world it's not. All of those crews, plus just regular gangs, are going to go to this.
It's a sticky situation.
And you have to also understand, Summer Jam, of course, always brought out that crowd. And that crowd did travel all the way to the Meadowlands to go. It was always a little dicey in that parking lot at Summer Jam as well.
Terrible.
But it held 82,000 people. So it was easier to get a ticket. And those people, let's go into the show.
Yeah.
19,000 tickets. You know how many people are not going to get in? You know how many people are going to be in that parking lot drunk, pissed off?
Yeah.
in the same area.
I do.
This is the most dangerous shit ever. I'm happy for this New York City lineup. I'm terrified for this day.
It's gonna be one of those events where, you know, we want everybody to be safe. We want everything to go off without any problems and any, you know, unfortunate circumstances. But the location where it is, you know, we know how hip hop can be with everybody in their crews, their entourages. I mean, I don't know, man. This just something just doesn't feel right.
You guys
something
gonna
doesn't
go?
feel safe.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, are you guys gonna go? I would like to go.
No.
No.
There's no way.
No.
Are you fucking
but
crazy?
But to be fair, I haven't gone to Summer Jam in years.
Rory usually goes every year. He tells us
I just haven't gone in years. I haven't been to Summer Jam in years, not because I did. It's just again, last year it didn't. That was probably one of the few years in a while where it didn't rain. But most years for Summer Jam, that was the ongoing thing. Every year it rains. You're in the stadium, it's thunder, lightning, pouring rain, and you're just sitting there. They stop the show for a while. Everybody's inside by the concession stands, hoping that it stops raining. So I just stopped going after a while. This year it's in an arena. It's not out in a stadium that's, you know, no roof or anything like that. But it's where it's at, the location. It's a smaller venue, and it just, I don't know, something just doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel like it's one of those, like, if somebody was to invite you to a party and you know it's in a dicey neighborhood, it's like, yo, call me when you get there. Like, let me know what it's, you know what I mean? Like, let me know what it look like when you get in there. Like,
All over there.
Also,
Yeah.
this is in legitimately a residential neighborhood. Like, the Meadowlands around everything is either swamp or highway or just empty fucking land.
Yeah.
This is legitimately in a residential neighborhood on the border of Elmont, Cambria Heights, and Queens Village. So escaping that parking lot with the Cross Island already going to be a traffic jam, that's going to spill into all the neighborhoods around.
Yeah. People going to park in those neighborhoods, walk to the arena. It's just, I don't know.
This is going to
Something just
spill
don't feel
all
right.
into this is just not a good idea.
It's giving a nice ghetto good time.
And like, listen, people can
Oh,
say,
it's going to be that for sure.
people can say, all right, Barclays Center, it's in Brooklyn. Like, wouldn't that be worse? They are equipped for that. They know what time it is. And there's been shootings in the Barclays. But they prepared and made the Barclays knowing where it was, knowing the people that were going to be there. The security shit is fucking insane. Not to say it won't be here. I just don't think UBS has ever had this type of event with the type of crowd specifically that's going to come. I don't mean that in the way you guys think I mean. I think actual gang members.
The one
Not
thing
the
that was
race of
gonna
the
the one thing that was gonna bring me to want to go is the locks.
Yeah.
Like, I thought about it. I'm like, damn, the locks.
This staff is used to Islander games.
Yeah.
Angry whites.
Like, to me,
Then again, yeah, the angry Long Island whites are pretty rowdy.
They're pretty rowdy right now too.
My bad, I'm all good.
that was the draw for me though. The locks. Like, I looked at the lineup. I was like, I might want to go just to see the locks perform, do a lot of their records. But yeah, I don't know if Styles and Kiss and Chic is gonna get me to go to the UBS arena. I think I'm gonna skip out on this one. But it is a good thing that, you know, they were able to put a good lineup together. Shout out to Cardi B headlining. Shout out to Lil TJ. You know, he went through a lot. The fact that he's even able to be on a stage and perform, and he's healthy again. Shout out to him. And shout out to, you know, just all of the other acts. Shout out to Lola Brooke. You know what I mean? She's popping. She's hot right now.
That's another
It's a
thing,
good look
though.
for her.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great that Lil TJ is on this bill and is healthy and is able to perform.
Yeah. So if nothing else,
But-
just congrats to those, you know, those acts and those artists.
For
Now,
sure.
let
But
Rory shit on them.
that kind of no, I'm not shitting on Lil TJ. I think that's amazing. But we've seen publicly that there seems to be an internal beef on why he was harmed.
Mm.
Has Lil TJ been outside for real since?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's performed, he's hit a couple stages, but not like really outside of New York like that. I don't believe. I know that he did a video shoot with Ice Spice. They did a video shoot. He had got arrested, I think, in the mix of all of that. But other than that, I haven't heard about Lil TJ being outside.
And I'm not saying Lil TJ is a problematic artist that shouldn't be booked or anything like that. Let's just go off what they've put out. Clearly, there is some tension amongst entourages with Lil TJ in New York City.
What was
He
that?
said that.
What was the festival that year where a lot of the artists had got locked up?
Rolling Loud.
Rolling Loud.
Oh God, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was sick. Hopefully this year again, nothing like that happens. Hopefully these guys got their, you know, legal affairs in order. They don't have any active warrants. But
If you have an active warrant, you will be caught at this arena.
Oh no, they're gonna catch you before you get inside. They're gonna be there waiting for you. So have all your shit together. Don't even go over there if you don't have your legal, things to put in order. Your lawyers tell you everything is good. You don't have no active warrants, and ain't nobody looking for you. If they are, stay your ass in the house. Don't go over there because they're gonna lock you up.
You cannot escape Belmont easily.
Jesus.
I'm telling you.
Sound like Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Y'all, have you been there?
Yeah, I've been over there. It's been years, but I've been.
It's either the Cross Island or residential
Swim.
neighborhoods.
Oh, no,
you can't
the
get
traffic,
out of there.
The traffic getting out of Summer Jam and MetLife used to be crazy.
Oh God! It's
So imagine
awful.
what it's going to be like in a residential area with traffic lights on every other corner.
And Cross Island is a parking lot on a Tuesday at 1 a.m.,
Yeah.
let alone at this time.
Well, let's just see how it goes. Again, hopefully everybody's safe. It will be beautiful if all of this goes off without any incidents. And, hip hop is able to come together. Summer Jam is able to go off without any crazy shit happening. But I don't know, man. Something feels just a little
Off.
a little shaky. It's just a little shaky. It's like when you sit in a chair and you like, I feel like if I sit down too hard, this shit might break. It's like one of those.
It's
Wait, what?
matter of fact, you know what it is?
Yeah, you never sat on a chair and it was like one of them legs was kind
It
of
was
like
what? Do it again, more.
Yeah, one of those
Yeah, what
legs
was
was
it doing?
kind of you like nah, fam.
You know when in Belly when Nas walks out of the barbershop and sees AZ there with his son, and
Yeah.
then AZ looks around and says, "Yo, I'm about to blow, done."
Mhm.
That's what this feels like.
Yeah, this feels like I'm about to blow. It's definitely
Like I'm gonna leave. This looks very unsafe.
Yeah.
It's good to see you though.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna leave.
No, but that scene was crazy for a number of reasons, but I understand what you're saying. But either way, shout out to Summer Jam. It's officially getting warm again because that's our groundhog in New York City. So,
Mhm. And watch it be beautiful and sunny when they do it inside.
oh, absolutely.
Because you know that's
just
gonna
how
happen.
life works.
And for those that don't know, it
That's
rains
just
at
how
Summer
life
Jam
works.
every single year. Well, most people would say you are the hero of your own story.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because you stay true to yourself. And why not sip a cognac that's just as forward thinking and trailblazing as someone like you? Elevate your cognac experience with the one that challenges convention in an elegant way. You know what that is, Mal? That's Martell.
Martell Blue Swift is the first spirit made of VSOP cognac, finished in bourbon casks for an exceptionally smooth taste, Rory. Everyone's journey is unique, so it's up to you how to enjoy Martell Blue Swift. Whether you want it neat, on the rocks, or in a cocktail, your choice is always the right one. You know you're in good hands with Martell, right, Rory?
I know that.
They're the oldest of the great cognac houses and are always taking an unexpected and innovative approach when it comes to their cognac.
It's very true. Get your bottle at a store near you or online at martell.com. Enjoy our quality responsibly. Copyright 2023, imported by Martell and Company, New York, New York.
This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew.
Yes,
Let's talk about sex.
always.
Listen, we should always be at our best in the bedroom, right?
I would hope so.
Well, 2023 is the year to maximize our performance in the bedroom.
It's that year.
Listen up, BlueChew.com.
Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as, say, a Viagra or Cialis, but malts in chewable form. You can take it at the beginning of the day, middle of the day, plan for your date. Maybe you get lucky, one night stand, chew that thing up right away. You're good to go.
It's all done online, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, Rory, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy.
Listen, man, straight from the True Live crew themselves. We believe in this product. This is not an ad.
Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code RoryNMal at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping.
That's BlueChew.com, promo code RoryNMal to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast and sponsoring our sex life.
Thank you. I love the fact that the Summer Jam lineup is a heavy female presence.
Representation of the times?
Yeah. But why are we not pushing other female artists that are maybe just as, if not more talented?
By talent, you just mean by like your opinion of their talent level?
No, I mean
or
talent.
like same talent level moving the same amount of units or have the same amount of attention.
See, I don't
asses in seats.
Yeah, but I don't put talent behind moving units. I put the units behind the push, behind the machine, behind the industry, pushing an artist. I don't equate that to talent. Like I feel like we don't see Tierra Whack enough. We don't get her on, stages enough, festivals enough. Like,
I mean,
Doechii.
I know Doechii, I'm sure will eventually be on all these lineups once TDE wants to like let her out into the world rather than doing a verse every 8 months. Tierra Whack, I've seen on festival lineups. Tierra Whack to me is more of a festival act than say Summer Jam, because Summer Jam tends to lean into radio, where Tierra Whack I don't even think tries for radio. But a lot of the quote talented female MCs wouldn't end up, I think, on a radio style festival in this way. But I mean, not to say Tierra Whack couldn't be on more festivals, but I have seen her on them. She does get some looks in that degree because the festival crowd isn't the mainstream radio crowd, and they would like Tierra Whack. But I wouldn't see her on a summer jam per se at this time. I think you have to have like a hit.
No,
single.
I'm not saying just Summer Jam. I'm saying why don't we, see the push behind other talented, dope female MCs, female rappers?
Well, they don't really necessarily push talented male rappers either. So there's no way they would push talented female rappers. And I'll get misogynistic here. When the quote unquote talented MC men get that push, it's because the hip hop heads, which are typically male dominated, push that artist. Women don't support the female MCs like that. From a massive standpoint, I'm not saying that they don't, fill up their own tours, but from a larger sense like this, yeah, women don't support female MCs like that. Well, and because MCs are usually supported by the underground or the hip hop head or the nerd, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that's typically male. And men, for the most part, whether we like it or not, don't always lean into female rappers. We don't.
But that's
you guys can all be this amazing people. I understand. You all love every female artist, but we don't typically.
But when did that start though? Because there was a time where, it was all about who's dope. Like when Kim was out, Kim was Kim, but then it was Foxy doing her thing. Foxy had her push.
The women supported Lil'
Eve.
Kim.
Like there was a time where there were a lot of dope MCs. They didn't sound alike. They didn't look alike. They didn't, they had their own, everybody had their own wave, but everybody, it seemed like it was more support for the dope female rappers.
Well, they also had, but I would say there is that as well to the level that Kim and Foxy were at. I think the female rappers are supported the way Kim and Foxy were. If you're talking about the lyrical ones.
So y'all weren't checking for Kim if she wasn't a part of who she was a part of. Y'all weren't checking for Eve if she wasn't a part of who she was a part of. Y'all weren't checking for none of these female rappers if they weren't a part of an all-male crew. That's how they got that push, because you supported the entire crew. They were on the features, all of these things. These female rappers are not on an all-male crew. They're coming out by themselves. It's a completely different.
But also, I would put Kim more towards a Cardi, Lotto, Glorilla rather than a Tierra Whack. And I think that Glorilla, Lotto, Cardi are all getting the same push that Kim got. Is there a more lyrical rapper you can think of from the Lil' Kim era that didn't get a push?
From the Kim era?
Yeah. Like Jean Grae, maybe? But I don't even think Jean Grae's super dope. I just don't even think she even cared to play the game to get a push. But even then, to Damaris's point, she was with the all-male crew. She was running around with Black Star.
Yeah, but I don't think that you need what crew did Queen Latifah come from? What crew did
Irvington?
What crew? You know what I mean? Like MC Lyte. Like there was like, it wasn't always like that. It wasn't like female rappers and MCs didn't always need a cosign or a stamp from a male dominant crew. Like that wasn't always a thing. But I think it happened.
They're getting the most push I think they've ever gotten right now, though.
Yeah, but
lyrical ones aren't. But lyrical rappers in general don't get that.
No,
push.
you saying lyrical. I'm just saying more talented.
Okay.
Like, I'm not just saying it has to be a lyrical. I'm just saying more talented. Like, there's a lot of talented female rappers that I feel like don't get the push that they deserve. Because it's like, yo, she's dope. Like, and her music is crazy.
I mean, Tierra Whack is a great example of that because she, one, can rap for real. She's very talented. She makes actual good songs and music.
100%.
So, yeah, I don't know what the disconnect is there. I don't know her personally or what her situations has been within business, but that would be one I do agree with. But other than that, I think female rappers have gotten the most push they've ever gotten in their lives. Yeah. Matter of fact, I think some are getting pushes they don't deserve at all.
No, a lot of them are getting pushes they don't deserve.
But that's with the male rappers too. But that can go into the whole conspiracy of hip hop and what's being pushed by these record labels, right? They're not pushing talent. They're not. The rap that we hear on the radio these days, very few artists until like we've spoken about our greats that we have from our era. These rappers are not talented. They're not talking about anything real or of substance. They're rapping about the same exact things.
They just moved the Summer Jam Festival from an 82,000 seat stadium to a 19,000 seat arena.
Exactly.
Because it's not, you can trick the algorithms. You can do the TikTok thing and all of that, and it looks great on social media and things like that. That doesn't always translate into people buying a ticket and coming out, leaving their homes, getting dressed to come see you on the stage perform.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep it on a loop and spin it. Girls will make, Instagram reels and things like that to these records and things like that. But now when you say, hey, get dressed and then, get in your car and drive over there and pay money to go see that artist, they like, nah, I'm cool. And to me, that's an issue.
Okay. But a lot of what
because it's like, where's the talent? Like we get the loop, we get the hookers on a loop on TikTok, and it sounds, the caption is good, but where's the talent though?
But as a anti-TikToker, I will say I would rather see that type of shit at a festival or at an arena than I would some lyrical shit.
No, you wouldn't.
Unless there's a difference.
When we saw what J. Cole did with Dreamville, and he's
J. Cole is a unicorn.
Yeah, but so that's my point.
Okay, I like
lyrics still matter. Still matters.
We went to go see Kendrick at Barclays. That was a performance and a show catered around all his lyrical, amazing shit.
Talent.
With these types of festivals and shit, you don't get a crazy budget for creative. You couldn't come with trucks unless you're the fucking headliner.
Mm-hmm.
You get 30 minutes, sometimes 20, and you're going on stage. Sometimes the mics aren't even right. Like it's a hard thing to pull off. So give me the fucking
Rory,
Ice Spice shit.
Don't do that because we know where Summer Jam used to be.
Sure.
We know the level it used to be at. We know that the talent that used to touch that stage. We know the artists that used to touch that stage.
But things develop.
Clearly, there's been a change in the talent level in hip hop and the artistry. It's been a change.
But this is a recycled combo because I'm sure in 2003, when 50 headlined, there was people saying, please get this dumbed down, go shoddy, it's your birthday shit off the Summer Jam stage.
Yep.
Why is Most not on here?
Yep.
It's changed because now in retrospect, 50 is super lyrical, but it's just moving forward. Like this is just how it goes. It's gonna be dumbed down more and more.
No, but I do think that this is a direct result of the industry being affected by social media impressions, algorithms, and things like that. Like this, and that's what I'm saying. So now the talent is on display because now it's a stage. You can't hide behind the algorithms and the numbers now. When you're talking about get people to come out to see this artist, put this artist in a stadium. Oh, we can't draw these numbers anymore. All right, we gotta downsize it then. Clearly, it's a correlation. Is all I'm saying. Like when you have talent, like you said, Kendrick Lamar, super lyrical, but it's a talent thing. When we went to that show, you got the whole picture of what Kendrick is as an artist. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's not just here's a dope 20 seconds of a song or 15 seconds of a song on a social media platform that everybody is posting. It's like, no, this is a whole thing. This is an actual artist with talent level.
But we've seen the talented artists pop from TikTok, and then it transitions into the live shows, like the whole Steve Lacy thing.
Mm-hmm.
That whole seems to be his entire tour was TikTok fans, and then he's like, he had the adverse reaction towards it, but I mean, there are benefits.
That's a very unique
I know, like he's different. Like I get
Steve
it.
Lacy was very popular before.
Oh yeah,
TikTok,
absolutely.
and putting on.
He's significantly more known now.
Oh no, absolutely.
He's always been a great musician. He's always been putting out great music. But I'm saying, like in terms
his
of
talent level was
recognition. Yeah. In terms of like recognition and popularity, it's TikTok that got him to that point.
But also, when we went to go see Kendrick, we wanted that. But if someone's going to see Ice Spice, I'm not taking away from her talent level, but the point to go to that performance would be the phone. I get to have Ice Spice actually do it live when I can hold it and rap along and do the little Ice Spice dance. I can put on my TikTok me seeing her. Like that's the point of going to an Ice Spice performance.
The bend over and wipe. That's the whole. You want that.
You're going so you can put that on your page.
What you want.
With Ice Spice behind you.
Yeah, but everybody. Yeah, but how? But obviously,
that's what you want.
Yeah, but it's like, but it's they had to downsize significantly.
And I don't.
We're talking about 60,000 less seats.
But that's not a good comparison because I think that's a Hot 97 thing in budgeting because clearly we see performances and festivals are getting bigger rather than downsizing. This I think is a personal radio, MS Communications issue. Yeah. And just sponsorships, like everything around the Hot 97 brand, which is just a radio thing in general with hip hop.
And as far as talent, when it comes to women rappers, let's like be honest, y'all. And when I say y'all, I mean men in general, not y'all in this room. Y'all support
We're
the
men
women.
in general, though.
Y'all support the women that bend over and shake their asses. People all the time say, "Oh, Meg raps about the same thing," but when Meg is an extremely talented rapper. When she gets into her rapping bag, nobody wants to hear that shit. Y'all want to hear her rap about pussy. Y'all want to see her twerk and bend over. That's what sells. So if you want to make money in this era of music, you have to rap about what people are going to support. Men are misogynistic. If you're not rapping about pussy and shaking your ass, they're not supporting it.
No, this is where you're wrong. We don't want Meg to rap about pussy. We like watching women we like rap along to Meg rapping about pussy.
I
don't sit there and go, God, I hope Meg gives me another pussy bar. I like the reaction.
Well,
I don't particularly
I
care.
do.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for it.
I like the reaction when I'm out or whatever at an event, seeing women react to the women rappers.
Right.
It's fun. It's
I
a
agree.
great environment. It's something I enjoy. I don't know if that makes me a creep, but
I don't think so.
So women aren't going to react the same when when she's on there rapping about real shit. Women aren't going to react the same in the club. They're not going to play that in the club
it's
because you
hard-
can't
it's
bend
hard-
over and shake your
it's-
ass to that.
because we
hard
don't
for
see it, you got to give me your 16 rather than the pussy shit.
Right.
You talking to somebody that
Derek.
You talking to somebody that saw exactly what Little Kim's hardcore did. Like, and those was pussy bars. She was talking crazy all throughout, but it was still a certain talent level. It was still the music was still
Big was writing her rhymes.
but regardless of who was writing it, she was delivering it.
Oh, for sure.
The whole look, the aesthetic, everything, and it was just like, yo, the music was dope. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the music now is like you get a bar and then you get something in the hook, and then it's like, all right, but what else now? You know what I'm saying? So now trying to ask people to come out to see that live.
See, that's where
You might get them a couple of times, but they're not going to keep coming to see that.
But you're right with the delivery. Like, we like Kim because of her delivery and her attitude on the songs. And I think that's the same reason we like the female rappers now. They deliver really well. The way they say simple shit sounds fire. Kim, I didn't just listen to a Kim album by myself. Like, there'd have to be some women around for me to want to bump Lil' Kim.
Oh, nah.
Besides
we was
Quiet
listening to
Storm, I just
Kim.
don't know if I'm...
Nah, we was listening to
Or a Junior
Kim was,
Mafia record.
Little Kim hardcore album was playing. The Foxy album, like, we was playing because they was spitting. They was really rapping.
So you was just chilling in your crib alone, just Maul. Headphones on,
Just
eyes
Maul.
closed, just banging out to Lil' Kim.
I definitely used to go to school like on the train with my Walkman on my headphones on, listening to
You was-
Foxy.
I don't want dick tonight.
I mean,
Eat my
I
pussy,
wasn't
right.
singing along to that,
Okay.
but it's like
It's bricked up.
it was playing. You know what I mean? Like Foxy's album, it was playing for sure, absolutely.
You wanted to rumble with the beat, huh?
Nah, I didn't want no problems with the beat at all. I still don't. I don't want no problems. I'm just saying it's a certain level to me. Like I said, the music industry is affected by social media platforms because now it's not about talent. It's about, can you just catch a good 15 seconds in a song that's going to go viral, that the kids are going to love. So that's what I'm saying. Now it's starting to affect other areas of entertainment.
Yeah,
Sure.
Because of TikTok videos and the 15-second cycle, we're conditioned to only consume that much audio,
Exactly.
which gives the artist less incentive to put time and effort into their lyrics. Because if you have the 15 seconds that pop, who cares what the remaining minute and a half of the song says?
Right.
So yeah, you're right. I agree on that front.
That's all I'm saying. It's just we gotta, again, I'm happy that these artists are getting these looks.
Yeah.
I'm happy that they're making the money that they're making. They're supporting their families themselves or whatever. All that is great. I'm just starting to say that it's going to keep affecting certain other areas of entertainment because the talent has to stand up and meet these numbers on these algorithms. Is all I'm saying.
And I agree, but I'm not saying that just fell out of thin air. I think the era you're talking about that we love did start that. I think they dumbed shit down. They realized what worked with the radio. They just focused on a hook. They just focused on a bridge. They just focused on one single part of the song, even back to, let's talk about 50, Go Shawty, It's Your Birthday. That was the part. Of course, the rest of the record is great, but that started where we are now. It was certainly focused on what's the hook, what's the beat.
What a hook
is the beat simple too?
Yeah, the hook was always the hook. That's why it's called the hook. It's what grabs you.
And I'm saying it as hip hop went, even specifically to the era of Kim that we're talking about. The hook post 98. The hook was the only fucking thing that mattered when it came to mainstream shit. It was the only thing that was focused on.
Yeah, but again, I mean, but it still has to be a certain quality though. It has to be, it can't just be the hook and then, all right, what's after that? Like a lot of these records, I literally only know the hook. I don't know nothing else.
All right, we know Swizz and Pharrell to be some of the best producers we've ever seen on earth. That's not why they've lasted so long and why they were so popular in the 2000s. It was because they came to the studio with a hook already there that they focused on forever, and artists just plug and play.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they lasted so long in this game, because they just focused on the hook when it needed time to have a radio record.
I'm with you. The hook is,
and then when the South came and like really, really blew up, it was focused on 20 seconds of a hook and a dance. Like, it's just gradually got to this point. I can't just blame this era and these kids because the time I love were the ones that started this shit.
The Snap era and the like Soulja Boy, I mean, obviously predated the social media TikTok stuff, but all of those records are the same formula.
No, definitely.
Ringtone rap was the first TikTok rap. We have to focus on the 20 seconds that is going to sell a ringtone.
Yeah.
That was the first. And of course, there was way more going on, and you actually had to rap 3 verses, and the beats may have been more complex. I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying it was the start of where we are now.
Yeah, hip hop has been getting dumbed down throughout history. It's gotten dumber and dumber. We just have these little, that's why I said when you mentioned J. Cole, I'm like, oh, the unicorn. We have these little unicorns that pop up and we hold so tightly to their music. And then they have like kids that come and, you know, they do sort of kind of well. But the mainstream hip hop has been getting stupider for forever. This is not new.
Everybody is saying valid shit. The hook is the most important song. It's the catchiest part of the record. It's supposed to be
for eternity. I'm saying it became the only thing that matters.
But the great artists, they know how to live and survive
for sure
in between the hook, and then they know how to do things within
in the verse
that sounds like a hook. You know what I mean?
Like, so I never met her.
Right.
But like
so
that's I know.
It's little things like that I think that a lot of the times get lost now because it's so much like, yo, just give us 15 seconds that we could loop on social media. And it's like, whoa, but what about the rest of the record? What about the album? You know, what else? Like, what are we doing with this artist? Is it just like, we're just going to make money for social media and then say, oh, let's put this artist on the stage? Then the artist, that's why when everybody was killing Ice Spice, what was she at, Rolling Loud?
Rolling Loud, yeah.
It was like, what did you expect? You know what I mean? Like, she's not ready for that.
She went
like,
from her bedroom to Rolling Loud in 2 weeks.
Exactly. It's like, what did you expect for this artist to do? Like, I remember years ago, Bryson Tiller was talking about when his record took off from SoundCloud. He didn't even know. He was like, wait, they want another record. Like, I don't have one yet. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, how you throwing this artist in front of this festival crowd? And it's like, I don't even know how to stand and hold my hand and hold the mic. And I don't even know, my back is to the crowd. I'm talking to like I don't even know what I'm doing.
Performance is a whole different entity. But
that speaks to another level of talent.
Yeah.
You understand? That's another area of being an artist that you have to dominate, which is why I said you can be the lyrical guy like Kendrick. But then when you go see the Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers show, you sitting there like, yo, this is insane.
It's a live film.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
But a lot of that has to do with budget as well.
Not just budget, because if you have that talent level, somebody will find the budget to put it together.
Yeah.
They'll make it happen. And you can scale it down. Like we saw Bad Bunny at Made in America. You know what I mean? Like he just condensed what was his normal show to a festival show. Like I got to condense it. But it's a whole world that he's created, which is why he is who he is. It's just a talent level.
It's over 15 years of experience too. Like I watched Kendrick from SOB.
Oh no! I'm not comparing. I'm just saying you can be the lyrical guy that doesn't just focus on the 15-second hook and be amazing.
I'm saying he had the time to get there, whereas Ice Spice
has only been out
just
for like years.
threw out there. That's what I'm saying. It's like
then there's other weird shit like the LMA situation. I've heard her talk about that. Like when that record blew up, they were like, "All right, we need more of this." She was like, "I put that out a year ago, and I have a whole new album with a different sound.
Sound. Yeah.
Scrap that because now you're just doing this." Kit Mustard over here.
Yeah, that's correct. See, but
that even leaks into R&B. Like it's not just about who's talented. Like I said, Kiana Lede had one of the best albums I've heard in a long time. If you're not getting the push, you can have an amazing talent. You can be amazing. You can write, rap, sing, everything. But if you're not getting the push, then it doesn't matter. If the powers that be aren't pushing you, it doesn't matter how talented you are. You're not going to see the success that you should be. It's been a problem for a long time, though.
Like we need to push a lot of these R&B. Tink needs to get pushed more. People need to start talking about Tink a little more. We love SZA, love Summer, we love those acts. Go listen to Tink's catalog.
But there's a balance. I don't want to put it all on the quote unquote powers that be, because it's not like people talk like you could just take fucking me and be like, here's a song, and now you're the number one artist in the world. Like,
Why? That's what they did to Ice Spice.
Ice Spice,
That's different.
Ice Spice delivered with music. She delivered with an image. She branded herself really well. Her personality, she branded really well. Like, let's not say Ice Spice went to the label and they taught her how to be a cool Bronx chick. Like, yes, the powers that be pushed her, but she also pushed herself. She knows how to brand herself. She knows how to deliver records. She understands her audience. She understands TikTok and how that shit works. She gets it. So there's a lot of factors that come in to it. Like Tinashe, I think she's super talented. She's had every fucking opportunity you could think of.
Yeah.
She's been pushed in every way possible. Sometimes things just don't click. And timing is a huge thing as well. Sometimes you just miss your fucking opportunity. I don't know if it's magic. I don't know if it's sorcery. I don't know if it's the stars. Yeah. Sometimes timing really is what matters.
No, timing is everything. We understand that your job is to be prepared for your time and your moment. But I feel like a lot of artists are, but it's just because now the game is so watered down with a lot of fluff and a lot of just bullshit. It's like a lot of dope shit gets lost. Like, you know, let's start talking about Victoria Monet and Jazzy just put out an album, Songs for Women, Free Game for Niggas. That is incredible. Like, these are the joints we need to start. Like, it's artists that are there, you know what I mean? But it's like, because there's certain artists that are just always pushed and on our algorithm consistently, that's done purposely.
I think Jazzy's a great example. That's when talent meets push.
Yeah.
Project is incredible. She's also a star just in her own right.
Mm-hmm.
She has people behind her that will push it correctly. Sometimes those two things don't mix, and timing.
Mm-hmm.
Who she is personally, we haven't seen this yet. Even down to the title of her project, which I won't say.
Songs for Women, Free Game for Niggas.
So who she is, her sexual orientation, how she presents herself, this is the perfect time for Jazzy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's timing. Ice Spice, a lot of timing with this one too.
Mm-hmm.
So it can't always be, we're not just going to throw me and Eddin in a group and then Atlantic's going to be like, number one, you guys.
What would that group be called?
Orange and Mangoes.
The Fruits.
Wow.
Yeah, to counter,
we could join Fruitown. They could extort us. We could, never mind. Oh wait, they already did that.
To counter Damaris's point about like there is no universal button. Like, as someone that was recently at the label system,
That's hit the button.
Yeah.
That's someone that said that. Yeah, I have.
You're like Trump with the nuke.
I still have my finger on the button. No, but there is no button. It's in everyone's best interest at the label to see all their artists, you know, progress and succeed. There's no one at the label is like, let's wait another year on this one. If it happens and you have that moment, like when I was at Atlantic, Jack Harlow popped. No one in the building was like suppressing Jack until What's Poppin' happened. What's Poppin' happened, and then all the powers that be were able to get him in positions that he wasn't ready for at a time before that record, before that moment hit. So it's also about like scaling artists at an appropriate rate. You can't just throw so-and-so on SNL if no one knows who they are. Like, if you're an artist, you need to know when the look makes the most sense for you to go on certain platforms, to be a part of certain festivals. Mm-hmm. You can't just get the house thrown at you and expect to just take off. That's not at all how it works.
Oh, of course. No, when I say like the powers that be, I'm not even like talking about I think like hip hop is a huge conspiracy, and I think that
you think hip hop is a conspiracy.
Not hip hop itself, but I think the music. Y'all don't think that we've been dumbing down this shit. Like, you don't think that there's something behind that? Yes.
I just feel like the CIA doesn't have rhythm.
Yeah, so but like, what's the conspiracy?
Yeah, so like, why would they do
so
that?
You don't think that there's a reason that stuff about drugs and guns and stuff gets pushed so much more? You don't think that there's a reason that songs about hating men, all of that, oh yeah, girl, fuck him, leave him, like, y'all don't think that there's a bigger thing behind that?
And I don't think it's just hip hop. I think society,
just music period, not just hip hop, music period. I think that there's a reason why in Black music, if you sing about love compared to if you sing about fuck that nigga, which one is gonna blow up more? If you sing about drugs and all of that stuff and comparing to singing about positive things, why one's gonna blow up more? But I could be being a conspiracy theorist, but I've thought about that for a long time, why some of that stuff gets pushed.
But I mean, I don't think
that's a label thing. I think it's bigger than that.
That's just in general, I think, with society. Like, violent movies.
We find it way more intriguing, like, every single time.
Crime podcasts. Most humans' escape is like the extreme of what reality is.
Mm-hmm. Now I think labels may look at that and go, oh, let's definitely exploit this at the detriment of that community. I think there is a conspiracy, well, not even a conspiracy. I just think corporations do not give a fuck about the safety of people.
What?
So they'll take advantage of a community liking that type of music and push it because it's going to be profitable. So I agree with you somewhat. I just don't think there's a meeting at Atlantic where they're like, we need to get more guns into Brooklyn.
No, but that's why I said I think it's bigger than the labels. But at the same time, it wasn't always like that.
It's happening.
It's definitely happening.
Every Wednesday,
Every Democratic meeting. Never mind.
Hip hop used to be extremely informative, extremely like fight the power, all of that stuff. Music used to only be about love.
Mm-hmm.
Music, well, mainly like mainstream music used to be love songs, and they did well. There's some of your favorite songs that you still listen to this day. At some point, there was a switch. I just don't think that just happened naturally because of human nature.
But also, I think that's a bit misleading too, and pardon my complexion. Yes, there was Public Enemy and Fight the Power, but at the exact same time, KRS-One had an Uzi on his album cover.
Yeah, but what was the Uzi representation of?
Fair, but if you don't do the knowledge of a certain BDP records, they can just sound like gunshots and murder.
Yeah, but that's why you got to do the knowledge.
Yeah, but
we're talking about impressionable people that it's affecting and more profitable.
Hip hop went from, them trying to ban NWA for saying fuck the police and all of these things, Ice-T, they were trying to ban it. Snoop Dogg, he was saying bitch too much in his record. And this was a time where they were trying to ban those things. And
Jay tried to ban bitch.
What?
Jay tried to ban bitch.
Jay tried to ban bitch? What do you mean?
When did that happen?
When Blue Ivy was born, he was like, I'm not saying bitch anymore.
He didn't. No, he was saying he was. He wasn't saying the world shouldn't say it. No, that's not banning.
And I feel like he said bitch.
He said it like I think 2 songs later.
Yeah,
he was like, all right, I'm off that.
But,
he definitely said we're off Tim's and probably wore Tim's in the video.
Yeah, no, for sure. He had Tim's on last night.
We off that.
I'm just saying, like, hip hop went from that to where they were trying to censor that and get those albums and artists off the shelves to now, like Damaris said, a lot of these artists look at a lot of these drill artists, look at their numbers on YouTube. It's insane. It's 1,000 guns in the video of one nigga. I'm like, it was 2 niggas in this whole video had 2 males. They had 90 guns.
It's like, where's Waldo? You got to find the artist.
But you were trying to ban NWA for saying fuck the police. They were just saying something, fuck the police.
Oh, yeah.
Take that off the shelves. But these gentlemen over here in Chicago, they got 900 million views on this video, and they're getting paid for it.
Mm. But I think that comes from a society thing that's bigger. Like, I don't know if Chief Keef, his whole life, only 14 years at that point, was just like, just love music. I want to be a rapper. It was profitable at the time, and he was talking about exactly what was happening in Chicago, which is not rap's problem.
No, it's not. I'm not saying it's rap's problem. I'm just saying the way the industry is designed, the way it's set up. Like what Chief Keef and them was doing was literally just being what hip hop has always done, is being a mouthpiece for the community and what's going on, and letting the world know, like, yo, this is what we deal with. This is what we go through. We're trying to get away from this. We're trying to get an escape. We're trying to create a way out. But then once they started paying, when Chief Keef blew up and became the icon that he is, what does that do? It births a bunch of other
whole genre.
You understand what I'm saying? So they're seeing, like, because he made it out doing that, we're from the same area. Okay, let's talk about what we still going through and let's try to get out of that. Right. But what I'm saying is, keep in mind, it came from trying to ban a group, one of the most iconic groups ever, from saying fuck the police, to now, okay, all of these black men could have automatic weapons in their videos and do a 900 million views on YouTube, and we're going to pay them every month for doing this, and we're going to push it on the algorithms and let them keep doing that, even though the crime rate is what it is in Chicago. And, we're going to put these gentlemen in prison. And he has active warrants. Let's go lock them up because we seen him in the video with a gun in his hand. It's like, wait, hold on. But y'all paying them to do this.
Yeah. And now music isn't, sorry to cut you off, Julia. And now music isn't just reflecting what's going on. What's going on is reflecting the like they're copying the music. So now it's just not, I'm rapping about what's going on. Now I'm trying to do what people are rapping about now, because hip hop is so influential and these are the leaders now. So now I'm even if I'm from the fucking suburbs, I'm trying to be a gangster. That's how fucking 6ix9ines get born.
Well, that's why Chris Rock is a legend with CB4, with the movie. Like, that was the NWA playoff NWA. And it was like, here, this is what the music is going to do. It's going to influence people that are not going through this, not from this culture at all. And they're going to try to imitate and mimic this because they're so in love with what is going on in our culture. But in fact, that you didn't grow up in poverty, sir. You could have went to school. You could have got a degree. You didn't have to go this route. But how it's hard to tell a kid, yo, go sit in class, go do that. when his homeboy from the hood is doing 18 million views on YouTube and just bought his mother a house and he has 4 cars and it's like, go to school. Nah, turn the beat on, fam. That's what we about to do. Like, I'm not going to, you understand what I'm saying? But it's like, what do we do? How are we programming?
Let's go create some ops.
Yeah, like nobody dislikes you.
Creating an op is fucking insane.
Nobody dislikes you, sir. You're creating this energy that is not real.
You misread
but because
48
you're being
Laws of Power.
monetized for it, it's hard to tell these kids don't do it.
Yep.
But then when you say, okay, now you, sir, go on that stage and entertain, but he's not an entertainer.
Yeah.
Get to dancing.
Get to dancing. He's not that.
Stop dancing for these white people.
Yeah, you can't. It's not there because he didn't even want to really be an artist. He just imitated something he saw.
Caught a lick.
Song went viral, and now tomorrow you have to entertain 30,000 people on stage. And then what we do? Record him, get mad because he doesn't have rhythm or she doesn't have rhythm. She's awkward. You know what I mean? Can't dance, can't do nothing. It's like, yo, what is this? And now you're killing up, but it's like the industry pushed that.
And I feel like with these kids, though, their form of entertainment is that 15 seconds and just a TikTok Vine, whatever the fuck. So to them, that's entertainment. We look at it because we've seen performances. We're like, all right, this is awful. But to these younger kids, their form of entertainment is the phone. So they get to see what's on their phone in front of them. And it's nothing.
It's
rapping over a 2-track.
If you go on Twitter or TikTok or any social media platform where people are just live posting from a festival, it's crazy. You'll see the same 15-second clip of Ice Spice doing the section of the song that they know. You'll see thousands of videos of people in the crowd filming the same second. So when you experience it, like if say we were in a Dreamville, we're just watching from afar. If we go online, we would see the same clip just flood our newsfeed because everyone just wants that one moment of that 15 seconds of their artist doing the one thing that they know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And give Ice Spice a little bit of credit, though. I feel like
I give all the credit.
That dance move is
Shout out to
crazy.
the Bronx.
I love it.
Well, no, I just think she's become a better performer quickly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. No, she's going to figure it out.
Like, if you don't remember, and I'm not comparing them by any means because Ice Spice still has a lot more to prove. When Cardi first came out, she could not perform at all. Cardi's an incredible performer now.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a really, really good performer.
She's
you
gotten
can
a lot
understand
better for
every
sure.
word, and Cardi B rapping. She puts together, of course, she was a creative director, puts together a real show at this point.
Yeah, no, she got
So
a lot
give
better.
Ice Spice some time. She'll get all the SpongeBob characters on stage with the big shit.
That'd
The way
be
they
sick.
did
That'd be nice.
the way Katy Perry did the shark thing.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
She'll
great.
have,
I would love
she'll have a
that.
whole bikini bottom. She'll come out of the pineapple eventually.
Yeah, no,
Just give her some
absolutely.
time.
But that comes with artist development because they aren't doing artist development anymore these days. And I think that we've spoken about that. Like, you need to go and fucking rehearse and you need to practice your fucking breath control. And we need to make sure that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to make you an artist, especially if you're going to be doing all of these festival stages. But they don't care about that anymore because it's go up there, twerk, and walk away.
You know, it'd be fire if Ice Spice came out of the pineapple and then Kai came from under the rock and he was Patrick.
I kind of love that. And
Wow.
Then,
Who would be
Uzi comes
Squidward?
out and he does.
That's a good question.
Ooh, who would be Squidward?
Who's a Ice Spice hater?
Damaris.
Her and Mulatto aren't really getting along these days.
Ice Spice and Lotto are beefing?
It's not beef. It's
And
just
don't call Lotto Squidward.
there's been some shit. There's been some little tit for
Between
tat.
Ice Spice?
Yeah, I'll
Really?
explain it to you off mic. I don't like to.
I'm so
Instigate
low.
women.
I never know what
Yeah,
beefs
they're
are
close.
It's
anymore.
weird because women usually support each other so much.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
crazy.
It's
Like
weird, huh?
WNBA games be sold out.
Y'all just said that Ross wanted Drake's shit off Aston Martin music. Men don't support other men either. Y'all just fake
Men
dick
don't
ride.
support. You got to see these niggas climbing over the girls to get a picture with
Word.
these niggas
Yeah,
nowadays.
it fake dick ride. They don't support. It's
Fake?
fake dick
No,
ride.
they really dick riding. It ain't fake.
Oh shit, knees and everything.
Oh God, you
Ugh.
got to see them.
It's a
Whoa,
big-
no,
it's a
we
big
don't.
bro
We
effort.
don't have to see them.
You got to see them.
No.
Have you been outside lately? Oh, it's crazy out there.
And I see women, I see the conspiracy women are trying to do with men supporting men. You try to shame us by calling him big bro. We can't even, if we're not the leader of the crew,
Dick rider.
we're the worst. No, women, you guys are kind of like the government in hip hop in that regard. You're trying to separate men from liking each other.
I
Big
tell y'all all the time that men set the standard for what women will accept. Rory, I have
I've
been
been
at
trying to do that for years and it's not working.
I have
That's
been
not
at
true.
parties. Yes, it is. I have been at parties with Rory, and he'll see somebody dick riding, and he'll go, "Ew, ugh, God, you're the number
I don't
one."
even sound like that.
Yeah, okay.
A little bit.
Ugh.
You do dick riding police?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
Cuff
a
him.
nasty force. Like, that precinct is crazy.
What does the academy look like to become?
Y'all hate
I
that.
don't want to go to those tombs at all.
The DRP?
No, but I'm a hater though. I'm part of the conspiracy to stop men from supporting each other.
Man, when men be kicking bitches out the section to try to get next to other men in the section, both of y'all vomiting.
It's called unity. UNITY. No.
Yeah, I don't know if Queen Latifah made a jazzy tune back in the day that was amazing. She talked about that.
And I'm an advocate of men need more big bros. Stop shaming men from having big bros. They need guidance.
No, you definitely need big bros.
Women are trying to stop the big bro movement.
No, we're trying to stop you from
Big
calling
brothers,
men
big
you
sisters
don't
movement.
know big bro when you see them. You don't
that's
know
weird as fuck.
them.
What's the heart? Oh, okay.
Nah, that's
You
weird as
don't
fuck.
know
That's weird
them.
as
How
fuck.
are they
That's
your
weird as
big
fuck.
bro? You're
That's super weird.
sucking mad dick, bro.
Because they motivate me on IG.
Hey, yo.
And
That's
then
a
you
sick
take a
place to get
picture.
motivated.
Yo,
Yeah.
me and Big Bro working. Bro, you ran into him at the bathroom at Made in America.
That's
like you're
so
not even.
weird.
This isn't even your media
Yeah, I
pass.
mean-
It's your homeboy's media
Festival
pass.
link.
And we discuss working.
Wait, that really happens? Like
Hell yeah.
men be meeting each other at the bathroom?
Hell yeah.
Maul,
Yeah.
go to your tagged photos. Everybody's
Go to
like
the
ran into my
bathroom.
big bro Maul. Like that's all your photos.
No. I'm talking about
Meeting in the bathroom.
meeting a man in the bathroom and then like
I mean, after you wash your hands.
exchanging info.
That's sick.
I've been asked for pictures in the bathroom.
No, I'm not. You missing what I'm saying. I'm talking about meeting a man in the bathroom and
That's
then
a shake.
exchanging phone numbers.
They're
Like,
not exchanging phone numbers. They're just
They're just
taking a
taking a
selfie
picture.
with you.
No, they're going over the urinal. Yo, what's your IG?
putting the phone over the urinal.
yeah. I'm verified.
Yo, did you follow back yet?
Oh man,
Damn.
that's sick.
Maul,
Yes,
sad day for you, buddy. Sad week for you.
sad week.
Or is
Is
this
it?
just the beginning of a beautiful time?
Oh, this is the
Ooh.
beginning of. This is like when the movie starts.
Mm.
It's like that slow, sad music playing.
Okay.
But then at the end of the movie, it's like a joyous, happy occasion.
That's crazy.
And life is great. You leave the theater like, yeah, that was a great film. President Donald Trump was arrested.
I just don't see the
He was-
correlation.
He was arrested. He was arrested.
Where are you taking us
Oh,
on this film?
No, look, you're gonna see. He was arrested. What was that? Tuesday, Monday.
Mm-hmm.
He was arrested and arraigned Monday in a New York court.
Smart guy. Everyone knows never turn yourself in on a Friday. He went
Yeah,
on a Monday.
went on a
See a
Monday.
judge right away.
Yeah, had the jet waiting. Left New York immediately after. He was arrested and he pled not guilty to 34 felony counts.
34 felony accounts is fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. But he was indicted. So this is the first time that a former president was actually arrested. So it was a big day in Manhattan. Traffic was fucking crazy. But I feel like this is a simulation. Once again, this is a movie we're all sitting in and playing a part of,
I mean,
whether we like it or not.
I'm not making a Trump thing specific, but we should make this more of a thing. Arresting presidents.
Yeah.
Should we?
I actually think it should be standard at the end of your term. You're not arrested per se, but you need to put on trial for the decisions you made. We need to go through your entire term.
As president?
Yes. The way they do in corporate companies, you get your yearly review and all that shit, and then you need certain people to
And let the people
give their
decide if he
reviews
should be arrested?
or get a raise.
Yeah.
We need to do this with every single president. Because I also think presidents would be a little bit more careful in the things they did had they have to stand there and be held accountable by everyone.
I was kind of disappointed when Julian and I were disappointed when he didn't have handcuffs put on him because we figured that would be one of the greatest
Mm-hmm.
photos in the history of America. And I think it'd be even greater photo if and when he wins the next election. To go from handcuffs in a Manhattan courtroom to winning the presidency again.
They missed a prime marketing opportunity.
It would be the highest selling t-shirt maybe of all time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
Without a doubt.
because Democrats would buy it thinking like, oh,
we got
look,
him.
Trump locked in handcuffs, and Republicans would buy it like, yeah, our guy.
Our guy's hard.
Look at him, stood tall.
Yeah.
It's a bipartisan
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah, look at Donnie Ten Toes.
We don't
Gotta
shake,
call
we don't
him
shiver.
Donnie.
Donnie
Donnie
Ten
Ten
Toes.
Toes.
Gotta call him Donnie Ten Toes from now on. He's not snitching on nobody.
You think?
No. For
Yeah.
what?
Donnie's not going to take the stand?
Ah, man.
He is kind of a big snitch, though.
He said it's a big nothing.
He's
burger.
gonna pop an Adderall and hit that stand and just start to sing.
Oh, you ain't see him at Mar-a-Lago when he left New York?
His
He
jaws
gave
all
a
over the-
speech.
Mhm.
Speech was beautiful.
His out on bail speech.
Oh yeah, come on, man. He threw a party.
Me and
Free hors
Damaris-
d'oeuvres.
Me and Damaris watched it together. I can't lie. We were glued to the TV.
You
Yeah.
have to be. It's Donnie Ten Toes. How can you not be glued to the TV?
Platinum first speech.
Yeah, like that's his first. This is the rollout for his second album.
Mhm.
You gotta be glued to this. This is entertainment. This is what America is. One of the reasons why I love Donald Trump is because he is exactly what America is.
A piece of shit.
Exactly.
A thief.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is What was the diss record to Drake supposed to be? This is America. This is America.
Oh my God.
This is what Childish Gambino was saying, Rory.
He was talking about Trump.
He was talking about Trump. This is America. This is the guy. This is what America looks like. This is what America is based on. And it's just we have to wait and see now. It's going to be crazy when none of these charges stick. He's not going to be arrested. There are people that really think Donald Trump is going to be arrested and thrown into a cell.
Well, he's been arrested.
No, well, I mean like thrown into like, people thought he was going to be like Monday, he was going to be put in handcuffs and put into a cell.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, y'all think that a former president is going to be put into a jail cell?
That'd be hard.
Into Gym Pop.
It will not happen.
Well, no,
Well,
he
if
would never
anything,
do Gen
it's
Pop.
mostly. I think they're just using this Stormy Daniel thing as just the way cops like, I smell weed in your car. Now we can search it, even if they don't.
Yeah.
This is just so they can open all his taxes.
Yeah,
Like, it's
they just want to.
It's a warrant to get into everything.
That's
else.
all this is.
And I think there is a world, and this could just be the marshmallow Democrat that I am,
Marshmallow.
that there's a world where Trump could end up in one of those camp federal prisons that's, they serve ice cream and shit. Like, it's not really jail. They have,
Epstein's
they
Island.
have tennis courts.
That's not.
Yeah, like wherever they sent fucking Jordan Belfort.
It's not happening. No way.
And
Martha Stewart, she did her.
You're comparing Martha Stewart to
I'm
Donald
just saying,
Trump.
she went to a similar facility.
They both
They're
cooked.
about the same age.
They're not the same though. This is Donald Trump, the former
they
president.
both play in the sheets.
He will. Well, they do that. They do that.
That was also double entendre for KKK.
But he won't.
Hey.
Nice.
He will not. Donald Trump will not be put into a jail. Will not happen. You cannot put a former president into a prison cell.
You can.
You cannot.
Plenty of countries have done it. And I think
Not
it would
in
make
America.
Trump
They
more of an
knocked their head
icon
off.
to his followers if Trump was in a jail cell for a month.
It won't. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I think that this is all a fucking. This is just a distract us from which we're talking about. This is why this is America. We're talking about this. A president being indicted on 34 counts for alleged hush money and funneling funds and all of this, more than we are talking about kids that were killed in a school in Nashville, Tennessee.
Well, he won't go to jail because if he goes to jail, it starts to snowball on both sides of who else needs to go to jail. Even Democrats at the level of office don't want Trump to go to jail.
Yeah,
Because that opens up too much for everyone. It exposes everyone on that level.
I think what they're hoping to do is that this will derail his bid for the next presidential election.
That's all they're trying to do.
Which it won't. I think that this only helps him. I think that this is officially his campaign. I think that they made a big mistake in doing this because, again, this is the press that he probably didn't want, but it's press nonetheless. So he's going to turn it into something where, and at the end, people are going to vote for him.
He was out of the headlines for a while.
Yeah.
So I think this just worked. And it's
This is his 6'9" getting jumped in the LA Fitness bathroom. This is what this is.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like he was kind of chilling, laying low a little bit.
You don't think it's Suge bailing Pac out?
Nah.
That speech wasn't California Love?
Oh, that speech was definitely California. That speech was Andre 3000 when he said thank you at the Grammys. Just walked off.
Just walk off.
It was a thank you. It was like, yo, y'all this is my campaign now. All of the cameras are back on me.
He was just trying to say the South has something to say.
That's it. That's all he was saying.
The red states have something to say.
The Reds have something to say. This is Donald Trump's new campaign, and this is what's going to get him back into the White House. I guarantee it.
You think he's going to win?
Absolutely. There's no question he's going to win now. I said that before this happened. I said, yo, if they indict this dude, they are helping him. They're going to help. This is helping him win his next presidential election, without a doubt. Without a doubt. But
I'm scared. I don't have much to say besides I'm terrified.
of what?
Just this next year, 2024.
Oh my God.
It's going to be
You're
the
right.
biggest circus on planet fucking Earth.
Would you
Fuck.
vote for Biden again?
Probably not.
A lot of people feel that way.
A lot. That's why I think he's gonna win because a lot of people.
I
feel
didn't
that
say I
way.
was voting for Trump.
I know what you mean.
I know a vote.
Yeah.
Against
No
this,
vote
yeah.
no vote for Biden is a vote for Trump.
Yeah, I know. I understand your logic. I get it. I know I'm part of the problem.
Yeah.
But if it's Trump and Biden again,
You're
those
just
are the
not
two
voting.
candidates at the end of all the primaries. I'm cool.
You're just not voting.
Nope.
But
Well-
then if you don't vote for Biden, you're not supporting black people.
But if
Oh
you
my
don't
God,
vote for
you're
Biden, you're
right.
not black.
You're not
Fuck.
black, Rory.
That's what Biden said. If you don't vote for him, you're not black.
Yeah.
I don't know. For the last three years, you guys, I have not been black. I don't know if y'all noticed or not.
Oh, I forgot. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I know I am part of the problem because I'm in that crucial swing state of New York. But I just don't think I'm gonna. I just don't think I'm gonna vote.
And that's another thing. Why the voting system is just the electoral votes is what matters. This shit is all. It's a bunch of nothing. It's like a fucking pyramid scheme at this point.
You gonna get a house in a swing state?
Me?
Yeah,
I would love to
throw some red in the mix.
Oh yeah, I would love to.
Big American flag.
I just think that this is something that Trump didn't want, but now he's like, oh, they helping me, because that's all this is. This is press at the highest level, and this is all he needed and didn't want, but he needed this. So we'll see.
I don't know, man.
Jill Biden though, she invited Iowa and LSU to the White House.
First time I've ever heard Jill Biden speak. I just want to
Dead
start
ass same, yo.
She invited them to the White House. Angel Reese went on social media and kind of laughed at the thought of that and said, "We not coming, period." And then people went on to ask, would Jill Biden have invited LSU if they had lost?
As progressive as the Democratic Party claims to be, they really don't let women speak. I haven't heard from Kamala. I haven't heard from Jill.
Kamala is in a silk press chair. Like, she be chilling. She don't want to speak.
Do you think she shows up to the Iowa and LSU party?
Oh, for the LSU, oh, she gonna be in there. You know her.
This is kind of nuts. All right, let's go with the obvious. If Iowa won, are both teams being
No.
No. Come on, man. We know that. No, it's not. It's not happening. LSU would not have been invited if they didn't win. We know that. Like, that's why this is all just some dumb, stupid shit. Like, invite the team that won. Period. Like, invite LSU. You don't have to invite Iowa. Like, why is Iowa being invited? And shout out to Caitlin Clark, because she's been very outspoken about it. Like, listen, guys, like, why y'all doing this, turning this into this? It's just women competing. We had a great time, great game, great tournament. We got a lot of eyes back on women's basketball, but it's turning into something else now. Let LSU have the moment. They won. They should be invited. Like, Caitlin Clark, she's been real classy throughout this whole thing. I think she's, been saying the right things and moving the right way. So shout out to her, because I don't want that to get lost.
And speaking of things getting lost, let's have another quick Reddit segment. I know we had one on the last episode. I did see a great thread about our reaction to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, that because we said the media was outraged at itself for being racist, that was us defending Dave Portnoy.
Oh,
how did that happen?
I read that.
We said that we're trying so hard to get to Barstool that because we said the media is outraged at the media for being racist, that we are now defending Dave, and we are trying our best to get in Dave's good graces to get on Barstool.
No.
And boy, was there a lot of replies saying, yep, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, real smart people out there.
I'm not saying we're the best at articulating shit, but if you took that conversation as that, I don't really know what to tell you.
But see, that's why I don't pay attention to shit like that.
We were saying Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese both have no issue with trash talking.
Yeah.
The media is outraged at the media, not at what's going on the court.
Shout out to the Reddit, though.
I don't. No.
Did you guys see Gillian Wallow's response?
I did, and they caught a lot of flack. A lot of people felt like they was tap dancing, because at the end of it, they said, "Dave, we love you."
That's a kind of crazy.
No, they did. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
and they called Angel.
Dave was out of line. He was out of line for that tweet. He was out of line. Like, first of all, calling a female athlete a classless piece of shit is insane. Like, that's just not. You don't do that. You don't call a woman a classless piece of shit. Even if the woman is being a classless, you don't say it. You don't post it on social media. Like, just don't do that. Like that. So it was unnecessary. It was uncalled for. It was out of line. And very disrespectful.
For Dave to be a Patriots fan and at one point a huge Gronk supporter, to call someone a classless piece of shit for pointing at their finger after winning the national championship,
that's crazy.
But also support Gronk on a regular season game is fucking insane.
I think Dave does a lot of things for clickbait, viral.
He knows his audience.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. But that was out of line. That was very disrespectful. It's just, again, you're talking about women, young women at that. So to call a young woman, a collegiate athlete, a classless piece of shit, and you're a grown man, you're completely out of line for that. That's very disrespectful. But I did see Gillian Wallow address it. I did see people not happy with their response and saying they kind of tap danced around it a little bit and whatever. But I understood what Gillian Wallow was saying with that. It's like, do we hate Dave? Do we, want to condemn him and we're not fucking with him no more? No, but we do want him to know, like, yo, you out of line.
You can tell your friend you're wrong.
Yeah,
and this is coming across as you only doing it to a black woman. Just letting you know, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not coming across. That's what it is.
It's like when Snoop had words about Gayle King when in regards to her comments on Kobe, and Snoop went a little too. It was aggressive. I get it. Snoop had passed. Excuse me. Kobe had passed away. People were kind of still mourning and kind of heard about the passing. Gayle King had her remarks about Kobe. So yeah, everybody was, because even I, huge Kobe fan. I was like, damn, Gayle, that was a little. You may have to bring that up about Kobe right now. We mourning the loss of him, his daughter, and her friends and their family on the helicopter. Like, it's a tragic event, and you bringing this negative thing up about that happened in Kobe's life. Just the wrong time for that. Snoop went a little too crazy, though.
He went crazy.
Like, he went crazy. Like, he was calling us some things that he shouldn't have, and it was like, I get it. We was all felt some type of way about what Gayle King said, but you ain't have to go that far. You know what I mean? Right. And that's kind of what Dave did with his remarks. You could say that, taunting and all of that is like, come on, like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't have to go that hard on Caitlyn. Cool. But to say she's a classless piece of shit is like, bro, you going a little too far with that.
And that, from my understanding, Dave had never commented on Caitlyn, who for the entire season was taunting players.
Yeah. And again, we talked about it. Taunting is great. Shout out to UConn, the UConn men's team. They won the national championship. And I was watching the game, and I said, this is exactly why you need taunting in sports. That game was very lackluster. It was very, like, the final buzzer went off, and it was like, it didn't even feel like they won the national championship. It was
forgot that game happened.
It was like the bubble championship.
This is what I'm saying. This is why you need those type of things in sports. You need players to kind of go at each other to give it that edge, to give it that meaning. Like, okay, they really out here competing, and this means something. And I'm willing to bet that they talked to both of those teams before that game. The refs, listen, no taunting, no trash talking. I know they did. I know that, because you could just feel it. It didn't feel like it was a competitive game. It just felt like, all right, they just out here playing basketball, and then somebody won. It didn't feel like a national college championship game. So again, you need trash talking and you need taunting in sports. I think that that's part of the game. It's always been a part of the game. It's not going away. No matter how many times you try to give a player a tech and kick a player out, players are going to compete and they're going to talk trash.
Did Jill Biden apologize? I feel like I saw a headline that said she apologized.
For inviting Iowa?
Inviting both teams.
I mean, I don't even care if she apologizes. I don't think she needs to apologize for inviting both teams. I think that is just fun. It's laughable. It's like, it's not, I don't think it's a disrespectful thing to invite both teams. I think it's something to laugh at, like, you wouldn't invite at LSU if they lost.
It was more of like she said because of good sportsmanship, and that was just kind of
well, I get it. That's why I'm saying I don't think she needs to apologize for inviting. I get.
So she was making a joke and saying that, playing off that there was not good sportsmanship.
No. She wasn't making a joke. She legitimately invited Iowa.
She invited them. She was being a typical old white woman.
She was trying to show that. Let's bring both teams together. In the mix of everybody trying to make it this disrespectful taunting thing, trash talking thing, let's show that there's good sportsmanship, and
both
people
teams
can get
played
along.
hard.
Yeah. Like, but it's.
Can you imagine all the teams that lost to the Patriots on a field goal in the last second? They played hard too.
Yeah, like that's what I'm
they
saying.
Didn't get invited.
That's what I'm saying. This is part of sports. This is part of competition. It's like when you give teams a trophy for losing.
Yeah, participation.
Like, what are you doing? Like, no, you don't get a trophy for that. You go hard in the game and you play hard so that you can get that trophy. If you lose, go in the locker room, get ready for next season. Have a great summer. Like, work on your game. Come back next year. Hopefully, you're a better team.
Right.
But you don't get a participation award trophy, and definitely don't get a participation invite to the White House.
Well, do we think LSU is going to go after that comment?
LSU said they're not. Well, Angel Reese says her team isn't going.
Angel Reese, she tweeted that we not coming. But I do think that LSU will be at the White House. I do think that they're going to go. I can't see them not going. I don't know if a team ever didn't go to the White House.
The Trump administration, mad teams.
Yeah,
mad
a lot
teams
of teams.
Well, that was
like all teams.
That was different because a lot of...
Except the Clemson team. I'm pretty sure the Clemson, because that's where the viral photo of the
all the
McDonald's.
Burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see the LSU women's basketball team not going to
Why
the White
can
House.
you not see them going? Because Angel has been like very adamant on we're not going.
I mean, Angel might not go.
That's my point. Thank you.
Well, there's been plenty of players that just have not gone.
Yeah, like Angel. I don't think Angel will go. I can't see her going, especially after tweeting we not coming. I can't see her going, but I do think the LSU team will be there.
I think that Angel is a leader on her team. And from what I've seen with her team, the way her relationship with her coach, and as a leader of her team, they're a very close-knit team. If she's saying we not coming, not I'm not coming. If she's saying we not coming, I bet my bottom dollar they're not going.
I mean, it's interesting.
They're sending some players to that damn house.
I think so. I think they will be represented. Again, I'm pretty sure Angel's not going. But again, I just think, like, again, look what it turned into.
Yeah.
Like, Angel should go because they won. You know what I mean? And it's part of it. It's like, yo, you win, you go to the White House, you meet the president, even if you don't like him or you don't like the first lady, whatever. You go with your team, go to the White House, you accept your, give the jersey to the first lady or whatever, or to the president. And, you have a celebration. That's part of the whole, winning the national title. But now it's turned into this. Now Angel reaches in a position where she has to tell the first lady, we not coming, because of the backlash that she got from taunting and being competitive. That's really what it is. So it just turned into, again, a bunch of shit that it shouldn't have turned into. It took away from the fact that two great teams competed. And it was one of the best women's tournaments I've ever watched. And definitely one of the best championship games. So, I mean, it just turned into something that it shouldn't have. And it's just stupid. And here we are talking about a bunch of shit we shouldn't even be talking about. But either way, shout out to Angel Reese, shout out to Caitlin Clark and their teams. What they did for the women's tournament was dope. This definitely elevated the tournament. I think they had more views than the men's game.
They did,
because I don't know many people that watched the final the championship game for the men's game. So shout out to them for that alone.
Would you go if we got invited to the Biden administration White House
to go see Sleepy Joe?
Me and you.
No,
You wouldn't go?
No.
Why not?
Oh, I don't want to meet Joe Biden.
I mean, people that have Alzheimer's are fun to be around.
Wow.
Yeah, but
you tell them all your secrets, they'll forget right away.
Yeah.
Ask you the same question or whatever.
Get an ice cream cone with them.
You want to pinch my cheek? Where you from, son? I'm a grown fucking man. Get your hand off me.
But
old white men think everybody's a kid. It could be a grown man with a beard. Hey, how you doing, son? Get off of me.
But I think, why did you have an Italian accent? But
I don't know. I think all white men.
But I think that there's just been a lack of respect for presidents. Period. Starting with Trump, I think that became a whole thing where people don't care about going to the White House as much as they used to. Am I crazy for that?
No, people don't care about a lot of shit that they used to.
Nah, they
people
used
don't
to
care
pull
about
up
each other.
to Obama's happy as hell.
Well, that's because he was black.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's cool to meet the first black president.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty cool. But Donald Trump, everybody, he's racist, he's this, he's that. Fuck him. I get it.
And then nobody really likes Joe Biden. Like,
Joe Biden doesn't even know you're there. He's asleep standing up. You know how that goes. It's like, why am I here? This old man's falling asleep standing at the podium.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just don't want to visit your grandparents when it's not a holiday.
Yeah, I'm not going over there.
Well, let's stay on something that also happened during the tournament. During the women's final, a post went up on social media from a transgender social media influencer, Dylan Mulvaney, sponsored post with Bud Light. And in the post, Dylan showing cans that have her face on the cans. So immediately, transgender, transphobic people took to the mean streets of Twitter and boycotted Anheuser-Busch and all their products. Huh?
Who is that?
This is an influencer in the LGBTQ plus community.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they, saw an opportunity to get a, partner, do some brand sponsorship stuff, custom cans, all that stuff. And for tournament time, here's the caption here.
But I thought the right hated cancel culture and boycotting products. I thought that was un-American.
Mm-hmm.
No, they were cutting up their fucking what were they cutting up? The Nikes or something. They were cutting up their Adidas.
What were they? Was it Nike?
Adidas when Kanye made the remarks he made?
I know they were cutting up Adidas, but they were cutting up. They always cut.
It was cutting up the Adidas that nobody wears. They wasn't cutting no Yeezys.
Yeah.
I ain't see no slides being cut up. Yeah. I ain't see none of that. Them Yeezy hoodies being burned. Like y'all was burning Adidas performance wear. Like nobody wears that.
Why is this a big deal still?
Transgender transphobia.
Yes.
We really like beer in America.
People are, listen, man, again, and this is, I think that we get caught up because we're on social media. I think that we think that social media is like a real thing, and it's not. Mm-hmm. Like you have a group of people that tweet things, that post things on social media, and we tend to think that this is what the world is feeling. And it's not a real thing. Like these are just a very, very small cluster of people sprinkled on the internet that get upset about certain things and they tweet it out and they post pictures and post videos, and we think that the entire world feels like this, where there's 90% of the world that don't even know that that's even happening. Like, it's just like, this is just one of those moments. We won't even be talking about this tomorrow.
Ma, if you think that there is a very small transphobic community,
There's a huge transformation.
you are out.
No, I'm saying that cares about this Bud Light shit.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think this is like most times where it's acceptable to be ignorant and racist or transphobic or whatever, just to hate someone. They're using Bud Light as a vehicle to show how they feel about another group. They can't just outwardly hate Dylan for being a trans woman.
They have to hate Bud Light.
They have to hate Bud Light, who now supports the people that they hate. So now it's like, oh shit, I have permission to shit on a brand, and that brand is now forever in my mind attached to the thing that I really fucking hate. Cool. So like we look at artists like this guy, this country singer Travis Tritt, who said, fuck all Anheuser-Busch products, take them off my tour hospitality rider.
Well, that 30 rack of Bud Light is really going to kill him.
And then we also get the video from Kid Rock of him loading up an AR and airing it out on like 2 cases of Bud Light. So it's just a vehicle for them to be comfortable enough to project hate on a product rather than the people.
That. And you're talking about two men
Right.
that literally, I haven't seen Kid Rock before this video. I haven't seen anything Kid Rock. I don't know what he's doing.
This is where Bud Light fucked up. And it's not hiring a trans influencer. I would assume the right would not know who the trans influencer is, right? It looks just like a white woman. They should have put her on the can to see right wing's response to like, who's this hot white chick that's on the can? And then in a month they go, transgender, you're gay.
Slow roll out.
Oh my God.
That's
Slow
how
burn.
Bud Light should have done this campaign. They should have put that woman on there, not said she was trans, watched all these fucking tailgaters at the fucking Eagles game. Go, oh, who's this hot white chick?
Little thing.
I love that accent.
Put the QR code to her OnlyFans on the can.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, brother.
And then like a month later, during some really white sporting event or the Country Music Awards, they do a fucking commercial where that woman comes on camera and is like, used to be a dude. Ha! Cut camera.
That's a sick Bud Light.
Is that a better campaign?
Nobody's gonna stop drinking Bud Light. That's not. This
Also,
is not,
transgender people are not going to start drinking Bud Light.
like this is not.
Well, they own seltzers.
This is why this is just stupid, because this isn't gonna do anything. Bud Light is still gonna be selling, and Anheuser-Busch is not gonna lose any money behind this. This is just ignorance, a small group of ignorant people.
They'll get over it.
Being upset about stupid shit. Like this is what I mean by it really doesn't matter. Like people get upset and offended by shit, and it's like, this isn't gonna affect anything. Like you being ignorant is not gonna affect anything.
Right.
Like Anheuser-Busch will be fine. Bud Light will still be selling at all of these events. Like nobody cares. Like nobody cares that you're offended by this dumb shit because you're ignorant. You're ignorant. If you're transphobic, that's just your ignorance. But you can't project your ignorance out and think that people are gonna be like, oh yeah, I agree. Let's not drink Bud Light. Like
what an interesting route for Bud Light.
You're not so much ignorant as you are just bored.
Yeah.
Like, go get a hobby.
Yeah,
like Kid Rock shooting his beers was definitely out of boredom.
It's funny because like,
and he had to purchase those beers. That goes back to when
and those bullets.
Yeah, like that goes back to when they used to purchase CDs and albums and bulldoze them. It's like, I don't care what you do with those CDs after you
My
bought
second
them.
week numbers look great now.
Yeah, like I don't go buy all of my albums out of the store
and burn them.
Like I don't
Just
care.
buy them.
Like it's just stupid, ignorant shit.
this is the crowd too that loves, the football games, basketball, a lot of sporting event crowd. All those arenas only sell Anheuser-Busch products.
So you're gonna go to a game now.
have
and be like, oh, you only got Bud Light. I'm
You're
not
gonna go
drinking.
sober.
Yeah.
You're gonna drink.
You're an alcoholic.
Yeah, like what do
You
you
hate your
talking
life.
about? Yeah, like
Drink the
cut it
fucking
out.
beer.
You're gonna drink the beer.
And
Shut
you're
up.
going to drink the can with the trans woman on it.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't care because they're not gonna even see the can because white people love those little what is those?
Cozies?
The little,
Koozies.
oh, they love
Yeah.
those. White people love those. They're not
We
gonna
should-
even see the can.
We should make them shotgun it. So put the hole in,
Or like on her mouth.
like on her. I don't know if it's whatever the decision was made.
Yeah.
If it's there or not, but then shotgun it.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
it's like
this
your boom.
you need,
I actually think it's a great.
You need
I think
help.
that's part of. Add that to the campaign that I was
There you go.
suggesting.
The
yeah.
campaign.
It's like a shotgun
And if-
case race.
And on top of that, because Twitter, they allow you can show whatever.
Mhm.
If that transgender
Shout out to Miss B
influencer
Nasty.
did keep kept the equipment,
Yeah.
it would be funny a month later that on Twitter she actually pulls her dick out with the Bud Light can, just to show.
Why can't she just be on
That's
the
how
can?
she pierces it for the shotgun.
I would hurt.
She hooks her dick in it.
Why can't she just be on the
It
can?
is funny
Oh,
that
why can't she just drink a Bud Light?
I don't like what the fuck is
Why is
wrong
this-
with it? Like I
you
just
gotta pull it.
Women don't drink Bud Light.
my campaign is to prove that these transphobic,
Are
racist
stupid.
guys are one dumb,
Uh-huh.
two thinks she's a woman and would fuck her. Then a
think
month later, they find out that it's not
you
who
know
they
what's-
thought it was.
you know what scares me?
You giving them too much credit. I think even if they knew it was a trans, they would fuck her.
I mean, we've seen with that Republican congress
When they're blackout drunk on Bud Light.
That one dude.
Yeah, it is. That's why it's like, why are you? What are you mad at?
You know what? I'm
Stupid.
outraged that Bud Light costs $12 at a sporting event.
Ugh.
I
Let's
don't
talk
care
about
whose
that.
face
Now
on
that's
it.
That's what I'm outraged at.
I'm anti
Don't even get
that.
me into
Yeah,
that
like y'all
shit.
be
Yeah.
paying $15 for a cup of beer.
Yeah, it better come with a transgender.
You better sit that transgender gentleman, ma'am, right here. You kidding me? Sit that trans lady right next to me at this game. Are you kidding me? For $15, she better come pour this fucking beer.
This is just more bullshit, but
That's
fuck
okay.
it.
There's another controversy. It's not even controversy. It's just the same people getting mad. RuPaul has an official doll at Build-A-Bear.
That's cool.
So you can imagine this Bud Light crowd also loved that news because they're so invested in Build-A-Bear.
Mm-hmm. They hate drag
Well, they
queens.
feel like okay. So I'm not speaking for them, but I'm speaking for them. They,
You are.
They
Yes, you are.
feel like it's being forced in their faces. That's what they feel.
drag
The same
queens?
way where they say they're talking about it in schools, it's on TVs and every shows, it's on their beer cans, now it's in their Build-A-Bears. They feel like it's being forced on them.
You could also just not buy
Black
that
bears
Build-A-Bear.
were enough.
It's like me and Jebediah can't even go hunting anymore and go to Build-A-Bear
Me
after
and
without the
Jebediah.
gays in front of me.
Can't get a Bud Light and Build-A-Bear anymore, Cletus.
Full day of fishing. I gotta go to Build-A-Bear and see this.
That's actually really good.
This woke
impressed.
company. Here's
It's my
a
real
quote.
voice. This is not my real voice.
Mal, read this quote.
This woke company is trying to bring Satan into your homes.
It's stuffing.
That's a fire bear. I don't care what anyone tells me.
It's a teddy bear.
I don't care. Voodoo dolls.
that's
You're not doing the science.
you know that's Satan right there. That's not just a doll. That's Satan.
What I will say,
Uh-oh.
does RuPaul have a huge child
I thought you was
audience?
about to go somewhere else with that. I was about to like, ma'am, I don't know.
A huge.
Never seen it. I don't know what you're about to ask.
No, but I'm saying, does RuPaul have a huge child fucking audience?
I don't-
that tweet.
No, but that's why people are upset because they feel like this is something for children, and the fact that this is a grown adult male.
You know how many adults buy Build-A-Bears?
Gina Smith
don't.
says, this is not good. When my son was little, we went to Build-A-Bear many times. It was so much fun. I sure wouldn't go now. Too bad.
Damn,
RuPaul,
Gina.
I felt like RuPaul's probably pretty fun.
Yeah. Like, damn.
Most
I'm more
fun
fun than
coming
Gina
out the
Smith. Yeah, I mean, listen, I understand how some people could feel offended, but it's other things. Like I saw,
It's a bear.
It's a bear.
This is just whatever. I'm talking about like people being offended by things like I saw a clip where there were certain books that were in schools, like in elementary schools, that had it was like incest and rape.
Oh, the Bible.
The Bible, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but there were some books that were available in these libraries that was like, how do we not know that these books are in shelves at our kids' schools in the library, like with this type of language in it, with these type of images?
They don't even know how to
Like,
use a library.
Kids aren't reading.
All right, but let's be honest. When I was a child, I was reading. When I was in elementary, A Child Called It. Does anybody remember that?
Yes.
fucking
Wow.
book?
I remember
Yeah,
that book.
wow.
Yeah,
Throwback.
yeah.
That's a
That
crazy
was
book.
like required fucking reading, and that was not.
And that child was abused.
Yeah, like we're not. Also, we're reading like Harry Potter books and shit. There was all types of
Or
horrible stuff
Huckleberry
in those
Finn.
fucking books. Yeah, there was.
Shakespeare shit that was required in school.
Yeah, of mice and men.
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
There was all types of violent, horrible shit that we were reading as kids.
Rory?
Like this
Animal
isn't new.
Farm, metaphor. Never mind.
Exactly.
Um,
Do you remember what they called Jim?
I've thus forgot what they called Jim.
Maul?
Nah, I didn't read that shit.
Oh, okay. Good. Maybe it's better that way. Sorry.
But
They got really specific in explaining Jim in a weird way.
Yeah. Huckleberry called him N-word Jim.
Nigga Jim?
Yeah.
He threw the hard ER.
Yeah.
I think it was capitalized in the book.
Yeah.
Just the E and the R.
Mhm.
Rory saw that word. It was like, I will not read this.
Roy, put it down, chapter 1.
I don't think
It's like a Mad Lib. You get to fill in the blanks. It's like blank Jim. Rory's like, nope, not me. My good old pal Jim.
Reading this book.
My good old pal Jim.
Buddy Jim.
My close friend Jim.
Buddy Jim. That's family Jim.
I would self-edit like I do with rap lyrics.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go.
You have to self-edit.
Yeah.
Self-editing is a good thing. And self-editing is what people need to do before they go on social media and tweet shit. So
I don't even think I read Huckleberry Finn.
I definitely didn't, but I know that much.
I mean, listen, the Ken doll doesn't have a dick. So when were they not outraged then?
That's a great point.
And then if he had a dick, that would have been weird. So it's dolls.
Yeah, they're bears, but this is also for adults, y'all.
But
Bestiality.
that's the thing. Like, out of all the people in the world, RuPaul has a teddy bear, and RuPaul is not. He's not for children. Like, he's for adults. So that's the point that I kind of understand. Like, okay, well, what the fuck is the point? So I can't be mad when it seems like you guys are forcing this in our faces because, like, this is forced. To me, this is forced.
Is
Our
there
teddy bear is only for
does
children.
Build-A-Bear not have other characters?
Yeah, they do. I'm sure they do. And I'm sure there are people that children know who the fuck they are.
Yeah, but this is for adults. This is what
I'm sure
trying to
RuPaul
tell
has children fans, but he's not a children's entertainer.
Yeah. Also, to Eddin's point, not all Build-A-Bears are marketed for children. Some they've become collectors items.
People,
like a lot
grown
of adults
collect action figures
Yeah.
all the time.
And it's a big Valentine's Day thing.
This is a limited release too, so it is. They're like trying to create a novelty behind it.
Yeah.
do y'all think that there are double standards in being gay?
Yes.
Wait, what? How did
Sure.
the,
You saying between men versus women?
Oh yeah,
100%. Yeah.
Yes.
You just said that men can't be bisexual, so
But women are also super homophobic because you guys shame us. You call us gay when we're not as an insult.
Haha, Rory say he's gay. Sorry.
where do you think that insult came from?
You being gay?
No, men.
Oh.
Damaris specifically?
Yeah, she started that.
Came from fucking men.
Yeah, no, I just thought that was interesting.
Sorry.
And I think double standards are healthy, but
100%.
there's definitely double standards.
That's just
in
the
being
world.
gay, for sure.
You have
Well,
to have
like what? Like what double standards?
it.
Are healthy? Is that what you're asking?
Well, I mean, like if a guy, this is why it's crazy, because if a guy has a sexual experience with a guy just one time in his life and never does it again,
He's still gay forever.
But you, like, we've had this conversation before and you said that. And we all said, like, nah, I don't know. And he was like, nah, that's big gay.
yeah, you did say that.
I think so.
You were like, you might as well have that
you're-
experience in Build-A-Bear.
And I'm still saying it.
So if a girl has fucked a girl, you don't think that she's big gay forever?
Swag.
No.
No, she's
In fact,
she's ill.
but here's she's great. She's a great time.
She's way cooler
Yeah,
now.
like, actually, what's her number? Like, so we can hang out. But like, if a woman knows, like Damaris, if you have a friend, a guy friend,
Damaris.
and you know that he had a sexual experience with a guy before,
And he didn't like it.
Well,
say he hated it,
Okay.
sure.
you can never not see him sucking a guy's dick.
I've heard plenty of women say that they could never deal or date, like really be in a relationship with a guy that was either bisexual or had male experiences.
Oh no!
I've heard
Don't
plenty of
ask!
women
Don't
say
ask me!
No,
Don't
I'm
ask
asking
me.
you. You
Don't
always
ask
the
me.
woman in the
Mad
room.
women
Don't
in
Let me
ask
ask you: Can you date a guy that had sex with one guy in his life?
No, I cannot.
Why not?
Because I am extremely like
Problematic.
I'm bad. I am toxic with the way I think about men and women. Like, so I am not the person to ask. But I know plenty of women who do date bisexual men.
But you
So-
set the standard. That's the point.
You speak for all women.
Well, no, not just Damaris too. There's an example that Rory and I were speaking about yesterday. My good friend, who you both met in Houston, who's been here, was seeing someone who came out. You met her too, Damaris, as bi. He confided in her. He said, "Hey, I really like you. I want to date you, but I also would like to experiment with men. I think I'm like attracted to both." And she was like, "Fuck that now."
No man has ever said to a woman, "You like women? Get away from me."
Oh wait, hold on. As the bisexual
It's
woman,
never happened. Never happened.
Let me
It's
tell
Adam
you
and
something.
Eve, not Eve and Eve.
Y'all are very, very wrong
Four
about
boobs,
that.
yeah.
It is common.
Y'all are very
It is
wrong
common.
about that.
Not for real.
I'm telling you, as a bisexual woman, yes, there are. I have had men who left
Mad
me over
insecure
that
dudes.
shit. A lot of men
It's
who are
because you probably fucking mad bitches.
no.
Yeah.
A lot of
You
men
was
do
talking
not
on
like
his
that.
insecure
I've had
guitar.
men straight tell me. I don't like that gay shit.
I believe it.
I swear to God, there are more than you would think.
But I feel like that's some insecure shit.
That's great to say. You know why they don't like that gay shit?
Yeah,
because they're gay.
I was gonna say
that's how. Wait,
No,
that's not what I said.
They're gay.
That's not what I said.
Any man that doesn't like a woman that likes women, you're gay, gay.
the original point was women create that double standard.
They do.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like I said, a woman, if
Which
a
is
guy,
fine. Like,
if,
cool.
if a guy has a sexual experience with one guy, say it happened 15 years ago on spring break in Fort Lauderdale. I don't know.
That's
Very
very
specific.
specific.
I mean, I figured a
That's
guy
what a
would have a
92
gay
bricks
experience.
is.
I feel like a guy would have a
Fort
gay experience
Lauderdale.
on spring break.
Like gay bar and fucking.
Like, you know how white boys get
I was
drunk.
gonna
Like,
say,
we
like,
just
maybe-
saw Diplo say he on tour, he's drunk.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's like wherever the party is at, it might happen with a guy.
I feel like there's enough women at spring break. Like he wanted to do that.
I'm with you.
And he's
right?
Diplo.
So let's just say it happened one time. Damaris has said she cannot be with a guy that had a sexual experience with another guy.
Sure.
Shaming him for his
I'm just
past.
saying, and I'm not saying you're wrong, Damaris. I do know some guys that I'm saying, I think you're speaking to like the girls that date women all the time type of thing. With guys like, nah, I ain't really into that. I'm talking about if you just had a sexual experience with one of your homegirls one night, you tell your boyfriend that he's not leaving you.
I literally got left for that exact thing.
No. But
Like, I'm trying to tell you that it happens.
You're bi.
My first sexual experience with a woman, my boyfriend broke up with me when he found out about it.
How old
I am
were you?
telling you, I was 18 years old.
Yeah, but how old was he?
He was 25.
Jesus.
I'm
Christ.
telling
he's a
you,
loser.
24.
Yeah. What a dork.
I'm telling you that there are men who, especially older men, do not like that gay shit. They don't like. There's plenty of them. Sure, the majority, yes, think it's cute, right? But a lot of them do not.
You think
like
it's
that
because
gay
he
shit.
tried to beat as well, but he couldn't,
He
and
never
he found
met her.
out
He
that
don't-
you
Yeah,
did?
did
He don't even know that. He
was
never
never
met her.
trying to get a threesome off of you?
He never met her, and no.
I don't know.
Listen,
Damaris is saying she'll date him, but he doesn't deserve a Build-A-Bear. That's all.
No.
Leave it out of the mall.
But I just feel like men set that standard because women will accept a bisexual man before men will accept a bisexual man.
I say otherwise.
Women will say
Oh,
that.
wait,
one time?
say that again?
Women will.
So
accept-
so women will accept that a man could be bisexual before men will accept that a man can be bisexual.
I think it actually goes hand in
Yeah,
hand.
but you just don't think he has the right
and
to
then
vote.
y-
But you'll accept it.
But and then y'all don't even accept it though.
Look at the rhetoric you start.
Like y'all don't even accept it though. But y'all will accept it before.
No,
a man
we'll accept it. We'll accept that you could be bisexual. We won't be attracted to it. That's the difference. Y'all won't accept that a man can be bisexual.
We all do. Maul's the
Yo,
only one that said men can't be
Damaris
bisexual.
being bi, but also biphobic is fucking
I'm
hilarious.
not biphobic.
That's a
Oh,
lot.
I'm not
now you know
biphobic.
how it feels when y'all call me homophobic, right?
Is
I
you
don't
homo?
call you homophobic. I said that you're not homophobic.
I'm definitely.
But I just the same way that I don't think that if you won't date a trans person, you're not transphobic, but you can
That's a great
be
point, actually.
unattracted.
You can have preferences.
Yeah, you can have preferences.
And I think that's where the world has gotten lost, where they started feeling like we can't have preferences. You can have a
standards.
preference.
You have to have
it's
it.
okay to have a preference.
Yeah.
yes.
I don't like chicken. I
Or
don't like
Bud
fish. I don't like Bud Light. I don't like this. I don't. But now I'm not saying I don't like Bud Light because y'all put a transsexual woman on the can.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
You don't
I
like
just don't like
Billberry
Bud
either,
Light.
huh?
I'm more of a Stella type of guy. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Also
Like,
owned by Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah, but I like the Stella is what I'm saying.
So you like
that-
trans?
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I don't dislike them, but that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What if Stella does a campaign with a transgender and it's called Stella Got Her Dick Back?
Wait,
No, there's
no,
a
wait.
campaign.
How's
That's hard.
I'm
There's a
smoking these
campaign I
campaigns
can
right
do.
now.
That's
You know he used
hard.
to be in advertising, so
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man. Well, listen, man. Thank you for another episode, guys. It's been great on this audio clusterfuck of a journey that we've been on today.
Woo.
Next episode, we're getting into this Cash App founder being stabbed to death. Rest in peace to Bob Lee. But we're going to get into this
Rest in
once
peace
more
to Bob.
information
Yes,
comes out.
Wild story that came out. But again, it just happened. Wait for some more information to come out on that. So yeah, we'll be back in a few days. I don't know what y'all doing this weekend. Any plans? Subscribe to the Patreon. NewRoryNMal / I don't know. You know what the fuck.
We dropped the Patreon yesterday.
Yeah.
We go over Complex's list. Check it out.
Went
Yeah.
through the entire thing. I thought it was pretty entertaining.
Yep.
So go see that list.
Oh, the list was entertaining? The list,
Yes.
the list was a cluster.
Number 19 is my favorite.
They had Sway at number 23. Like, how disrespectful are we in hip hop? Like, what is that? Sway? This is Sway we talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, man, whatever, man. Listen, man,
It's
we'll
not
be
trending.
back in a few days, man. Y'all be safe. Have a great weekend. I may tell you a joke, won't tell you any lies. I'm that nigga. He's just ginger.
Added
Peace.
to it.